Shame. It's all rooted in shame. Why you're stuck. The shackles of shame. The shame that people have put on you. Because through shame, we keep people stuck. We keep people drowning in their own self-pity. Because somehow we have been told that who you are is shameful. What you're feeling, what you're thinking is shameful. But we are sovereign beings. And this is where humanity has gone wrong, through shaming, controlling, and not allowing people to shine their own individual light of who they are, to express themselves through their words, their actions, using their mind, using those tools that they came into this world with. Because when we came into this world, nobody taught a baby how to breathe. And some people say that's the miracle of God. But actually, it's all to do with the magic of life, the magic of a human being. But a baby is grown, it's nurtured by the mother. And it's the mother that puts all that nurturing in her body, the right stuff, the right environment, the right condition to bring a healthy child into the world. And then that child needs to do the work. Its lungs needs to do the work. It develops, its eyesight develops, its brain develops. And then as children, we grow, we observe, we just... But then something happens in adolescence where we start getting shamed, where we want to start expressing ourselves. We want to do something that perhaps is not socially acceptable. But what are the constraints and boundaries of social acceptance? Because they've changed now over the years. I see it with all this, even religion. You know, they're changing the goalpost because they know that it cannot continue. People will not accept it because the human consciousness has grown. But it's through shaming, it's through putting fear in people. We hurt them. You know, I've been shamed my entire life. One, for being albino, being a freak. Look at that freak. You know, didn't fit into the community I was born into. South Asian, stood out like a sore thumb. And any community, I've always stood out like a sore thumb. And I've had to learn to put up with, or not to let, that shame erode me, to stop it seeping into me and destroying my core of who I am. And it's hard. And I've tried that. I've tried fitting in. I tried doing the fake tanning. God, that was a disaster. These, they're fading. And I have to get them done. I did things in my life to fit in. And I cheated myself. All because I didn't want to feel the shame. All because I wanted to fit in. So it all starts with shame. And then obviously leaving home and going into and doing something against my religion and my culture that I was born into, which I didn't choose, by the way. It wasn't my choice. I wouldn't choose that culture. I wouldn't choose that religion as an adult when I make an informative choice, because it goes against my values, as my own values, which I've learnt myself. You see, people say that people can be brainwashed. You can be brainwashed to an extent, but when you have suffered enough because of that brainwashing, something awakens in you, or you've had enough knocks, or that you've had chance to test that belief system, you awaken. So anybody can heal from stuff. You can all heal from it. It's a choice. It's up here. Mental illness is up here. Because it's in the mind. But there's other aspects of the body too. And we can heal if we want to. But we have to go through the pain. But anyway, I digress. The fact is, it's always about shame. People become judge and jury over your life. People will shame you. People will tell you that what you're thinking and what you're believing is wrong. And I disagree with that. That people shouldn't have that right, because actually it isn't God that's judging you. People are judging you. And what right do people have? What gives them that qualification? What gives them that entitlement to judge you, to make assumptions about you? Because actually, if that person isn't your person, well, just walk away. Don't inflict your belief on them. You don't own them. And that even goes to for parents. So yeah, so everything I take is from my experience of my life, the sadness of my life. Because everything has been all about other people's judgment, other people's perception, other people's rubbish that I've taken on, and I've blamed myself. I've made myself take it all on like a sponge. And that's why I share it. I share it for others to understand the roots of why we're stuck. And shame is one of those massive obstacles that we have to get rid of. It's dissolving the layers, very much like healing. It's layers after layers after layers. And the universe will keep putting you in situations until you heal it. You'll continue to have relationships, or you'll continue to be in situations where people will make you feel ashamed of who you are, or they'll force it. And that's happened to me so many times. And then when I was publicly humiliated, when people knew all about my life, I wasn't exactly a celebrity. Who was I? I was a nobody, but I was in the papers. For what? Because of who I married. Because it became a Muslim thing. And that's it. That's how you destroy people in Islam and in Muslim countries. And what you do to women is wrong. Because you know why? You shame them. You shame them for being who they are. And you break their spirit. And you also take the power away. So yeah, there's no such thing as honor. And the honor shouldn't be on the shoulders of a female. The honor should be actually the man, because it's the man that goes around causing all these problems. And that's the bottom line. But there's no shame. My grandmother went mad and tried to commit suicide because of shame. Her daughters have mental illness. So mental illness is something that is grown. When you take someone's, if you take somebody's voice, you take someone's ability to believe in themselves, you destroy them. But I defeated the odds. I went through it and I came out the other side. So hand the shame back. Hand it back to them, because it belongs to them. It doesn't belong to you. So let it go.